just made a little video here for a little bit of a relax at any time of day. If you've got really tight hips, then this is a really good little flow. So it's kind of like a bit of a stretch out if you've had really stiff hips because you've been working at home especially, or if you've been going running. So a lot of us have been taking up running again because it's easier form of exercise or an easier form of cardio. And I did this at home last night while I was lying down. I've got really tight hip flexors from running and I was like, oh, this feels so good. So I thought I'd do this for you as a little extra, just to fit into your daily routine. So whatever you're doing to keep yourself busy at home, this should feel great regardless. So we'll start having a little lie down. I've got the cats wandering about here. Little waterfall, very nice. So I want you to just have a lie down. You don't even need a yoga mat for this really. You can do this, you know, or just on the carpet, it's fine. So have a little lie down. And just start off by reaching your arms above your head and just taking a full body stretch. Now this can just feel great sometimes if you've been sitting down too long or you're just feeling a bit stiff generally from whatever. So I'm going to turn my wrists, turn my palms away from each other, cross my wrists over, interlace my fingers, and then I'm going to really stretch. Now imagine like one of these cats here, you're trying to stretch your whole body out. So imagine your body is a big piece of candy and you've got this feeling of stretching and opening the candy from foot all the way to hand. Try to hollow the belly and then you can shimmy your feet forward. So as you can probably see, I'm flexing my feet, which means drawing the toes towards the shins, pressing the heels away. And imagine someone's dragging the heels forward one at a time. So it's almost like you're trying to sort of scooch one hip forward, then the other hip forward. And then let's try banana pose. If you hold your right wrist with your left hand, and then just pull your right arm over to the left, and then hook your right foot over your left, and try scooching the feet a little bit further to the left as well. And then the whole right side of the body opens, but you're trying to press your entire body on the floor. So everything is pressing down on the ground. Remember, this is a kind of lateral stretch, so you want to feel it in the side body, all the way from the foot to the hand. Don't forget to be active, so be active in the hand, active in the foot. And then let's change sides. So if you hold on to the left wrist now, and then just pull the left arm over to the right, hook the left foot on the right, and then just, again, these should feel like quite natural stretches, you know, like when you wake up in the morning, your body has gone a little bit sticky and shrink wrapped from being asleep. This kind of thing. And then breathe into the spaces the way you're feeling it. Even if your digestion's a little bit dodgy, you should be able to sort of open up your belly area with this stretch. The lungs, if you're feeling that your breath is a bit short from sitting at a computer all day, breathe into the left side lung. And then as you come back to center, carefully slide your knees in towards your belly, and then see if you can just squeeze your knees into your armpits. And you can even, like I'm doing here, loop the hands and just massage the stomach. And this is kind of stretching the back body a little bit. So it's like a little gentle massage. Now, I've got a bit of a dodgy stomach today actually, so this feels really good. Like a lot of these exercises, if you focus on areas that you need a little bit more attention, like your stomach or maybe your shoulders or your neck, then you can get out of all these poses whatever's specific for you today. Feels really nice. Now take the feet to the floor with the knees bent and have them like quite wide, so towards the edges of the mat. And then just taking your arms out to the side, you start to windscreen wiper your knees. So don't forget to have your feet quite wide to start with, and you shouldn't need to move your feet while you do this. Now that you can sort of feel how your lower back is. There's kind of all sorts of sensations in your lower back, a little bit of twitching. Maybe you can feel loads of tension in your hip area. Next time the knees go to the right, just place the right foot on the left thigh and then press the left thigh down with the right foot. See if you can open up your left hip flexor. Now this is one of my favorite stretches. Absolutely adore this stretch. I want you to focus on the front of the left thigh all the way up into the left rib cage. See if you can open that space up. You can take as long as you like here and feel free to move the arms a little bit. In fact, if you hold your left hand with your right hand, just pull it over to the right a little bit, you can open up even more. And then bringing yourself back to center, draw the right foot towards the left shoulder. So just normal sort of figure 4, sometimes this is called thread the needle stretch. Now we're working on the glute, so the outer hip. Flex the foot, especially if you're feeling it in your knee. And you can either hold the back of the left thigh, or you can hold the front of the left knee. Doesn't really matter too much. And then just have a go at sort of moving around in the hip. I want you to think about this as a bit of a wiggly sort of massagey type stretch. So, you know, this is a great thing to do before bed, in fact, if you're stiff, had a long day. Now this one's slightly more complicated. You just want to keep your legs close to you in this same position as thread the needle, and then just drop them to the left. The flat of your foot, the sole of your foot on the right leg goes to the floor, and then I'm going to hold my right foot with my left hand and press the knee away from me just with momentum. And then you want to feel the front of the right hip opening, stretching. Maybe the right arm goes up so it feels like a big side bend. You should be feeling this around the front of the right hip or into the outer leg. It's a really good stretch as well for your hip flexors. You can even use the right hand if you want to push the thigh away. Have a little bit of a free explore. You can take as long as you like here. Oh, feels good. Come back to center. And then just give your knees a little circle. Imagine you're trying to rub your lower back in the ground just to reset it a little bit. And then take the feet back to windscreen wipers. Just give them a little swing side to side. Knees go side to side. Remember to have your feet wide in this bit. Now the knees go to the left and the left foot presses the right thigh down. So it's like you're using that left leg to press the top thigh down. If you're not sure, have a little look, because I want you to get this sequence because it's such a good sequence. And then just breathe into the right side body. I had to lure the cats in with some dreamies today. I think they put crack cocaine in dreamies, don't they? That's the only explanation. She would literally do anything for a dreamie. Now I think she's got her sights set on some birds out there. So feeling the right hip opening anyway. I'm sort of going a little bit off topic here, sorry. Remember you can do the side bend. Oh, my hips are cracking to buggery here. And then have a go at the figure 4, or the thread the needle stretch. Remember this is for the left glute, so the left foot, just flex the foot so the heel presses away, and you can hold the back of the leg or the front of the knee. Just give the left hip a little massage, give the glute a little stretch. Oh, this is such a nice sequence if your hips are stiff. It should feel like you're freeing your back up a bit as well, because when your hips get too tight, it feels like your back's stuck and stiff. Not as free as it could be. So have a massage here. Try and think about the tailbone and the hip and the relationship between the two. And then dropping the knees towards the right this time, or dropping the feet towards the right. Keep the legs in the same position. And then again, you can hold the left foot with the right hand, and then you can either physically press the left knee away, or just with momentum. In fact, maybe try first of all, just pressing the shoulder blades down. Oh, and then breathe into the belly, into the left hip. See if you can feel that. On this side, I can feel this much more in the outer leg. Don't forget to breathe into those spaces. See what you're feeling. And don't just stop at the hip area. Focus on the whole body. Oh, you see, I just made a minute change in an adjustment there in how much I'm pressing my knee away, and I could feel it. It's really intense in my left hip now. So it just shows you that the tiniest movement makes the biggest difference. And this is why these kind of stretches, you've got to be tuning into your body, listening to the sensations, and it becomes like a meditation. Come back to center, bring your knees to your chest and just roll your lower back nice and soft. Now I've got fairly open hamstrings, so I'm going to hold the balls of my big toes. Feel free to grab yourself a strap or something to loop around your feet here, and then just sort of straighten and bend the knees. Think about, if you've got very tight legs, you might just want to hold the legs on the back of the thigh and just press out through the heels to stretch the hamstrings a little bit. And you can do kind of, again, just sort of a mooch about just to see what space there is in the back of your legs. Again, if you're really stiff, really tight, just hold the back of the thighs and just try to work space. from the tailbone up into the feet. Oh, I'm so cracky, it's not even... Don't forget, the more exercise you do, the more cracky you are. So if you've recently been doing a lot of exercise, then don't be too alarmed. If you press out through the blades of your feet, you'll notice if there's any tension from running, which happens to be the sensations coming to the outside of... My ankles are cracking like you would not believe it. Through the outside of the foot. Because when we run, there's a lot, there's a lot of pressure on the feet, a lot of impact. So the tension can build up in the connective tissues. Now we can have a go at taking a hold of the feet and pressing them down for happy baby. If this feels a bit much, hold the back of the legs instead. But try to get the footprint on the ceiling. Adjust the footwork. Press the thighs down. Sorry, my cat's just sneezing then, so I don't know if you heard that. And then have a go at massaging the belly with the thighs. Why do cats never do what you want them to do? Oh dear. So this is the difference between cats and dogs, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so after this, it's really nice for your stomach. So I'm going to give my stomach a little massage. You might be feeling this in your lower back. Try to take the tailbone onto the floor. Oh. Now, when you're ready, let's roll over onto the right side. So if you come over onto your right side, take a hold of your head with your right hand. And then we're going to have a go at straightening out the right leg, so the bottom leg. So you've got the right elbow and all the way to the right foot on the floor, and then pick up the ball of the left big toe with the left two first for the index and middle finger, and then gently stretch out through the back of the left leg. Now take it easy on this one, doesn't have to be a big one. You just start to find your belly muscles, squeeze your left glute. So you want to feel that the outer hips here and the thigh muscles and the core muscles are stabilizing you. At the same time, you're opening up through the back of the left leg, the inner left thigh. So try to rotate the left toes towards your left ear and then a little bit out behind you. And then don't, be gentle, but be persuasive. Now, bend your right knee, so the right knee's in line with the right hip. Take the left leg to the floor, and then work the chest towards the top of the mat. Work the left foot towards the bottom of the mat. Breathe in, open the heart, so you feel the stretch, and then breathe out, look to the right. It's quite a big stretch, big twist this. You want a little bit more, weave the left arm under the right arm, come down onto your left shoulder and the head. If that's too much, just stay on the elbows. Don't forget to keep moving the ribs forward and pulling the hips back. Come back to face the right side, yeah, and then take the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Now you're going to switch legs again here, so the right leg goes straight, and you put the left foot over the top. Now the right hand, well, you can do whatever with this left leg, so you can actually just place the left knee on the floor. It's the right leg that stays straight. The right hand, elbow is straight, and the right hand's under the right shoulder. Now you should feel, as you relax your right waist down, the stretch through the side body. And then you can let your left arm go behind your back to increase the stretch a little bit. This is such a nice side bend. Feel it around the right rib cage. Try one more breath to relax here. And then come back down onto your belly. And let's change sides. So roll over onto the left hand with the head now, and the left leg is straight. And then pick up from the inside the big toe of the right foot with the two first fingers. Gently stretch out the right leg, opening out the inner thigh, opening out the back of the hamstring. Remember to work the glutes a little bit now. So squeeze your glutes, squeeze a little bit through the backs of the legs. Really engage the left leg, because the left leg's keeping you strong. My cat's licking her butt right in front of the microphone there. I really hope you can't hear that. Now try one more breath, being a little bit more persuasive. It is quite difficult to balance in this. As you can see, I'm wobbling around all over the place. And then top leg goes down, bottom leg bends. So the right foot's on the floor, the left leg's at a 90-degree angle. Come up to your elbows, and then pull the chest to the back of the mat, or the front of the mat, sorry, and pull the right foot to the bottom of the mat. So if you've got tight core muscles or hip flexors, then you'll be feeling this. If you want a little bit more, as well as rotating the rib cage towards the left shoulder, you can walk the right arm underneath if you want to. Oh, feels so good. And then just take a couple of breaths here. So this is really releasing the back and the hips and the shoulders and the stomach muscles. It really works everything, this twist. I love it. Keep gently active through the right leg. Come back up when you're ready. Oh, it's nice. And then let's take the left leg, so the left arm straight, and the left leg is now straight, the right leg is bent. I have to think about that. Right leg is bent, and you're kind of rolling onto your side again. You want to stack the left shoulder over the left hand, and then just stretching out the left rib cage now. So again, you should be able to feel it in the left intercostal muscles in between your ribs. And then don't forget to breathe. Try and relax all the way from the left shoulder to the left hip. When you're ready, come back to the front. Oh, feels so good. And then let's come to kneeling. So we're going to do saddle pose, which is wonderful for the hip flexors. You take your knees nice and wide. I wish you could see her here. She's just, yeah, having a good old clean right in front of the microphone. Take your knees wide, toes touch together. And you can have a little lean back here, so a little stretch out. So come to your elbows. You can even put a cushion underneath your elbows and just stretch out the hip flexors a little bit. And then just chill out here for as long as you like, really. You could even kind of just have a moment to pause the video and just have longer here, basically. I really like this pose. It's a yin yoga pose, so if you support yourself well enough, you can stay here for a while. And as you can see, you can come all the way onto your back if you like. Now, it's nice sometimes to let the arms come over the head if you're on your back. Just watch your lower back though, if this feels too intense. Hello, Gorgie. Come over here. Oh, she came when I asked her to. Good girl. So, chilling out here, I tell you, this is the ultimate chill. Saddle pose and stroking a cat. Doesn't get much better than this. Come out nice and slowly when you're ready. Remember this front of the thighs, front of the hip flexors. It's even opening the ankles in a nice way, which is brilliant for if you've been running. Oh, so join me again. This is a nice little sequence you can do, and you can do child's pose afterwards if it feels nice. And I was going to do a little bit of headstand, but I think I might make a little separate video for headstand. So yeah, keep tuning in. I'm going to keep doing these videos, and don't forget to go to my website for full hour-long videos. Yeah, there's a diverse collection, and you can watch up to 4 or 5 at a time. So tune into my website or write me a little comment, get in touch, and stay happy and fit and healthy at home. Mwah.